In a house that should have been warm and safe, a girl lived unseen. Her hands were always stained with ashes. Her back ached from endless chores. And yet she carried something stronger than fear, something the world had not yet noticed. She did not cry loudly. She cried in silence where no one could hear her. And every night, as the ashes stained her hands and clothes, she wondered if anyone in the world would ever see her as human again. Before the sun rose, Cinderella was already awake. Not because she wanted to be, but because she was expected to be. The house was quiet, but her work had begun. She swept floors that would never stay clean. She scrubbed pots that were never enough. She carried water, washed clothes, cooked meals, all before the others even opened their eyes. Her stepmother watched from a distance, not with anger, but with cold calculation. She did not shout. She did not strike. She punished with silence, with impossible expectations, with quiet cruelty. Work builds character, she would say, but she never meant character, she meant control. The stepsisters woke later. They laughed as Cinderella passed them with lowered eyes. They mocked the ash on her dress. They called her dirty. They called her nothing. And when she spoke, softly, politely, they laughed even harder. At night, she slept near the hearth, not because there was no room upstairs, but because she was not considered worthy of it. Ashes clung to her skin, to her hair, to her name. That was how she became Cinderella, not a title of love, but a reminder of her place. No one asked how she felt. No one noticed when her hands bled. No one cared when she grew thin. She ate what was left. She wore what was torn. She spoke only when spoken to. And slowly, something worse than hunger settled into her chest. Loneliness. There were moments, brief, dangerous moments, when she imagined a different life, a place where she could sit without fear, where kindness was not a weakness. But those thoughts were quickly buried. Hope, she had learned, only made the pain sharper. So she endured, quietly, patiently, day after day. One evening, the household prepared for a grand gathering in the kingdom, a public event where all were invited. The stepsisters dressed in fine clothes. They practiced smiles. They spoke of being seen. Cinderella listened from the floor. She asked, once, very softly, if she could attend. The room went silent. Then laughter. Her stepmother looked at her calmly and said, "When your work is finished." But the work never ended. As the door closed behind them, Cinderella sat alone in the dark. The fire had gone cold. The ashes were heavy around her. That night, she did not imagine escape. She imagined disappearing, and that frightened her more than anything. The next day, something changed. Not in the house, not in her treatment, but outside. The kingdom began searching for a woman of gentle heart and quiet strength, someone known not for beauty alone, but for character. Cinderella did not hear this directly. She heard it whispered by servants, by travelers. She did not believe it applied to her, but fate does not ask permission. When the search reached her home, the stepmother stood confident. Her daughters presented themselves eagerly. Cinderella was told to stay back, but the visitor noticed her. Not her clothes, not the ashes, her posture, her eyes. And for the first time in years, someone asked her name. She answered. And the room felt different. The truth unfolded slowly, carefully. Questions were asked. Stories were told. The visitor listened, not just to words, but to silences. The stepmother's control began to crack. Her daughter's laughter faded. Cinderella did not accuse. She did not beg. She simply stood. And that was enough. The household saw her, truly saw her, not as ashes, not as labor, but as a woman who had endured cruelty without losing kindness. The judgment was quiet, firm. The stepmother's power ended not with shouting, but with exposure. And the stepsisters looked at Cinderella with fear, not because she sought revenge, but because she did not. Justice came without cruelty. Cinderella left the hearth behind, not in triumph, but in peace. She was given clean clothes, a warm place, a future shaped by choice. Love came slowly, respect came first, and in time, happiness followed. Not loud, not dramatic, but steady and real. She never forgot the ashes, but they no longer defined her, because the girl who slept among dirt had carried something stronger than cruelty. She carried endurance, and at last, she was free. Follow and share for more lovely story.